Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante Live Election Headquarters. Election 2020. Bum, 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 bum. See, if I had graphics, they would like float in and it would be awesome. Right now, we just kind of have my hands and I'm wearing a black t shirt. Election Headquarters 2020. Bum, 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 bum. Decision Iowa. Bum, 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 bum. 2020. What's up, Tyler Swift? What's up, Jesus? What's up, Big? How you guys doing? It is Iowa Caucus headquarters. Bum, 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 bum. These are the graphics I can't afford floating onto the screen. That's what's going on. Iowa Caucus election 2020. The name you can trust. Bum, 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 bum. That's what's going down.
Well, I just got here in Des Moines at Senator Erni Klobuchar's headquarters. She is upstairs watching the results come in.
I'm watching CBS streaming right now. And it's the thing that's crazy. I'm going to put that on pause. Is hello, everybody. What is going on? Please hit the like button. Yeah, according to New York Times Live, I'm going to bring this up right here. So this is from the New York Times Live page right there. So if you can see that, let me make sure I got this dialed in here. So there that is. Right now it says he has 1,001. Bernie has 842. Elizabeth Warren 605. Joseph R. Biden. Let's see all the candidates. Amy Klobuchar, and then really nobody else other than that. This is just all the New York Times, so this is all their ridiculous nonsense. But this is what is interesting here is what a couple of these New York Times reported. First of all, Nick Constantine, why so few results? Party officials tell me they're doing quality control, making sure preference cards and turnout align with the data coming in. The lack of results from Iowa is not normal. By this time in 2016, nearly 80% of the total vote was counted based on the data we saved from 2016. So what does that mean? Does that mean they're trying to steal it, or the Bernie people are paying more attention in Iowa? So they're like, hey, let's pay close attention to what's going on here. So that's what's happening with this right here. And this, if you go to NewYorkTimes.com, this is like a live update right there. But I want to show you what's up, everybody. Melissa, Ajabel, Taylor, Tony DeMeo, Mike Bunch, Matthew O. Glowings me. Seems like they're dragging out the results, probably trying to figure out how to rig it from Bernie still. Yeah, I wouldn't. Okay, why is this not? There we go. Tyler Swift, Polish Hammer, what's up? Yeah, Edward Dunning, what's up? Edward Tad B, what's up? Your exam levels are too high. Elisa Devoti, what's up? Laugh my ass up to the fact that Amy Klobuchar is still even a candidate in real life. Good to hear from you, Lisa. Oh boy. So this is what's going on. Again, CBS, I have it on their live stream because I have Apple TV. But this is what the statistics that they're talking about that I wanted to bring up here. And this guy's talking. Hold on.
We're starting to get some anecdotal reports in. I just heard from my family in Iowa. He was having a good night there. He went.
So I'm just going to read off some of the statistics that they have. They said 52% of the people that they polled are college graduates, 48% no college degree, pretty much the same. But they're saying 58% of the caucus goers are women and 42% are men, which is an interesting thing. Which doesn't necessarily mean, they're all going to vote for Warren or Klobuchar or whatever at all. 25% of the people caucus goers polled said they're very liberal, 43% somewhat liberal, 31% moderate, and 2% said conservative. Which to me, when I read that, I'm like, well, there's no category for progressive. I wouldn't call myself liberal. 92% is white, only 8% is non-white. Well, that's not shocking. That's what Iowa is. Tim Black and the Rising are also live. That's cool. So without cable, no news about Iowa. I'm packing a bowl right now, Grandma, ready for anything. So let's go to, I want to bring up some things that I've seen online real quick. This just came in early. So in Dubuque, Precinct 9A, this came in at 6:02 Pacific time, so a little over an hour ago. Andrew Yang backers move as a group to caucus with Bernie Sanders group. So just so you understand what happens, you go in a room in caucus and there's so many people that are registered and they vote. And if you don't get, I think it's at least 15% of the vote, then you have to go to your second choice. So it's sort of like old school ranked choice voting, really is what it is. So that's what's starting to happen. So that's part of the reason too. Like I know when we watch the debates, especially the last one, the last two, we're like, why doesn't Bernie take the gloves off? Well, part of it is that Iowa Democrats, there's two reasons. Iowa Democrats typically, it's just sort of nice Midwestern, don't like too much mudslinging and smears and stuff like that. And also because of this, you don't want to go too hard on somebody because you don't want, if you want their people to come over to your side if you're winning. You know what I mean? You want the caucus for you. So, but here's another interesting statistic from CBS. When did you make your decision? 12% said today, 23% said the last few days, but over 40% said they've made the decision a long time ago. Here's the demographic. 28% are 65 and older, 28% are 45 to 54, 21% are 30 to 44, and 23% are 17 to 29, which is significant. And the fact that you take those low, the 35, the 17 to 35, you take those two brackets, that's the youth. And then 52% of the people said they had college degrees or are in college probably. That bodes well for Bernie because he has student debt forgiveness. So let's go back here to the big board. All right, some new numbers just came in. Buttigieg has 1252, Bernie 1066, Elizabeth Warren. So here's an interesting thing that they were talking to, because we haven't gotten into Des Moines, which is the biggest city, right, in Iowa. And they had this guy on, this correspondent was saying one of the things Bernie has been doing in Iowa, and I wasn't aware of this, is there's a high percentage of Latino voters in Iowa, mainly in the Des Moines area, and many of them, work for the farms. So he did several things. He sent out a bunch of mailers in that district that were in Spanish and English, that were in Spanglish, talking about, abolishing ICE and immigration, and talking again about Medicare for all. Also, he took ads out on these small AM radio stations that really are only for farm workers that have a very small range. But he spent a lot of money on that just because if you could just tip that vote in at all, that would be huge. And they represent a huge percentage of people's, a huge percentage of people within Des Moines. So, and here's another statistic. First-time caucus goers, only 37% of the caucus goers were first timers in 2020. It was 44% in 2016. So 62% of the people polled said they want someone that can beat Trump. That was 62%. 36% said they want to agree with the candidate on issues. So everybody wants someone that can beat Trump. So again, this is just Iowa, and this is just one little snapshot about what is important, but it's again part of the message of what I've been saying on this show and what all of us should be saying when we're talking out to our friends and families. is how much Bernie can win, because he's too much of a lefty socialist. Like, they have this Republican woman on CBS who's like, I don't know how we're going to pay for his ideas. And of course, nobody challenges her on it. They just let her say that nonsense. But that's the thing. So when you're having those discussions with your friends and family, that's when you say, well, first of all, companies like Amazon that made $11.2 billion in profits, paid $0 in taxes, and they also got a tax break. So when those companies start paying their fair share, there's where a bunch of money's going to come in. We're going to tax the millionaires, the billionaires. There's a bunch of money that's going to come in from that. We're going to end all these loopholes. So that you just took that, right? Why don't we ask the question, how are we going to pay for all these wars? Let's stop spending so much money on war. And so that is critical. But I want to show some other things too. This is an op-ed piece on Newsweek, actually, from Victor Tiffany. Bernie or bust is a warning, ignore it, and Trump wins opinion. And I'm going to do probably a whole video on this, but he really goes into this interesting thing saying the Bernie or bust people, what this is saying is we're not any blue will do. So if we don't win, we're not voting for your centrist, which is like, we're not doing any blue will do. We're not doing it. So the way his whole op-ed piece is like, which is why Trump wins. So it's more important to get behind Bernie. But let's also look at the corporate media, because everybody it seems like Bernie, is heavily favored in this caucus. So far, Buttigieg is in the lead, but this is very early. So this is what 12 hours a difference makes, right? Why the Iowa caucus may elevate an underdog, right? And then why you should ignore the results of the Iowa caucuses, right? So these are two op-ed pieces or whatever, but it's like, it just shows you this was in 12 hours. They're trying to get people to maybe this will help Pete, but then it's like, maybe don't vote. If you're a Bernie person, don't vote. The Dem Party will release results after quality control. Oh boy. That's so leery, right? It makes me so leery. Oh, look at this. 1385 Buttigieg, 1318 Bernie Sanders. Elizabeth Warren has 1,000. Klobuchar and Biden. Look at that. So now Bernie is currently only trailing by 67 votes. That is good to know. What's this one? The DNC has figured out that superdelegates will be needed tonight to fuck us all, coming up on Graham's Truth Camp, night one of the camp out. Yeah, well, look, I did that. I did that video showing how they're already talking about bringing superdelegates back to the first ballot because they're worried Bernie's going to start winning. Bernie's going to start winning big. So I don't doubt it. Dan Comer. So I'm watching, I have an Apple TV, Dan, and I'm watching CBSN, which is their sort of free streaming app on my Apple TV. So I'm assuming they probably have a CBS website. That's what I'm watching because I don't have cable. Wars bring cash for the USA and their allies, and the only cost is human, and the U.S. government does not care about human. Yeah, you got that right, MN, unfortunately. Judy Henley, go caucus for Bernie Sanders, Iowa. That's what it's so DNC, man. Oh boy. Boom, 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 boom. Hold on, let me bring up the super chance. Why did I always say that it's not? There we go. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, they're talking about the app is having issues. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Kilkenny B, shave your knuckles for justice. Thank you for supporting the show. Folks, if you want to support the show, you can do what Kilkenny B just did, which is hit that little dollar icon and donate some money. Anybody who does that, it will automatically answer your questions. There are, where is it? 250 people watching, 114 likes. Please hit the like button. So Kilkenny B, I didn't know Hillary knows how to code. Yeah. Who's handling the DNC app? Is it some fine citizen from the Clinton Foundation that left one of their safe houses in the Middle East that's currently harboring Ghislaine Maxwell? Is that who's handling this? That sounds like a great plan. No numbers up top. Crafty Geek, what's up? California mail ballots go out soon. Checked your voting registration recently. Batch and Bay Area County got defaulted due to glitch to no PP recently. Now, this thing I've talked about, I don't know if it's too late, but especially in California, do not register as a NPP, which is no party preference, which is basically an independent. Register as a Democrat. All right, because the NPPs they want to throw out, they know the Indies are going to vote for probably Bernie or Tulsi or something like that, so they want to get rid of you. So I registered last summer as a Democrat in the state of California, so I will get a Democratic ballot. So check that out. Denise Gazzardo, what's up, Denise? How you doing? Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. No numbers yet. Easy. Old Dave. Dave, you're making Gotham great again. How is Caucus Democratic? It's here's where we're at right now. No new updates. Pete Buttigieg 1385, Bernie 1318, Elizabeth Warren 1030, Joe Biden 693, but Corn Pop County hasn't weighed in yet. Amy Klobuchar, I think it's been a lot of office supply folks thus far for Amy. Let's see what else we got here. I wonder if the turnout numbers are causing the slowness. That's a good point. Going back to what I was talking about, the Latino vote in Iowa, is there were in those precincts with the heavy Latino population, lines out the door, they were saying. Hold on, Tom Steyer is on CBS.
Sorry, third place up 2% from last week, and last week was up 2% from the week before. So I feel as if I'm doing fine. I have momentum. I hope to keep that momentum tonight, and I hope to keep going.
So I want to ask you though specifically about Iowa.
Tom Steyer thinks he
because
has
in our
momentum.
latest CBS News Battleground tracker, you right now are not polling in the top 5. So how confident are you feeling here in Iowa?
Look, I've been coming to Iowa. I love being here.
Okay.
Great.
Here's what was just great. Tom Steyer just on CBS goes, look, we're polling, we're gaining momentum. And then the reporter goes, well, according to the CBS poll tracker, you're not even in the top 5. And then he's just like, he just starts going, look, I love Iowa. Iowa's great. Tom, buddy, it would be great if you dropped out, had your delegates, and put all your money behind Bernie Sanders. That would be fantastic, Tom. I think we'd all really love that. So yeah, caucuses just take a long, by their nature. Some can be through many votes before they have a final count. Yeah, but as I said at the top of this, in 2016, 80% of the precincts were already in. So it's taking longer. My point, probably what is taking longer, several things. More people have turned out. And I think as we saw, there's a high percentage of people who were like, I'm making my decision today. And I think everybody realized the stakes are more important. And I think they were talking too, the Sanders campaign is way more organized than it was 4 years ago. And basically Bernie's campaign has been working for 5 years straight. So my guess is that there's just more people, there's more people voting and caucusing, and it's taking more time. And because it's got this, like, you got to recount and then you got to do realignment, it's just taking longer. And the DNC could be scamming. Server for the DNC app was in Hillary's closet. Totally secure. I believe it. I totally believe it. I'm sure it was in Epstein's plane like 26 times, and now it's in a safe place, so we can trust them. Absolutely. Our caucuses in Idaho are run very differently. That's pretty interesting. Yeah. 280 people watching, 164 likes. Share this on your social media and spread the word. Hit the like button, everybody. When you hit the like button, that really helps out. No new word on that one, but let's go here now. Remember, when you are watching the media, that the propaganda multiplier, just a little tidbit for today, the White House, the CIA, and the Pentagon feed AP, AFP, and Reuters, and then Reuters funnels it all down here. So just remember that today. And if you have any friends and family that really want to vote for Warren and think, especially if they're in Iowa and they think, she's going to fight for me, just remember that Liz Warren did this. Pelosi claps. There's Liz Warren about to stand up. There she is, standing up for Donald Trump with a bunch of people chanting USA. A bunch of these slack-jawed, war, yeah, capitalism and war. She stands up. Just so we're clear. Just so we're clear on who Liz Warren is. I always love showing that video. I just like showing people that. Afraid to see a rigged election. Yeah, me too. Was that beer vegan? No, this is tea. This is not beer. It's actually, I drink my own urine. Gross. No, it's tea. It's oolong tea. I have a loose leaf oolong tea. Sometimes in the afternoon, feeling a little tired, and I know I'm going to do a live stream, have a little oolong tea. And this cup holder, a coffee mug or tea mug, won't fit into it. So I just had some nice oolong tea. I really like loose leaf. Good loose leaf tea. Is Pete in his wine cave? Could be. And how is it that extra people turn out not for Bernie? Who would just trot out for a Biden? Yeah, I think that's the key too. Just more people are showing up because they're just that fired up for Bernie. I mean, again, he was leading in the polls. We don't want to get too excited about the polls because we know that they can do whatever they want with the polls. But I was just reading a statistic there that the most important issue of the people polled in that were caucusing, healthcare was their most important issue. Second most is climate change. So Bernie's Medicare for all, man. I'm telling you, it's critical. But yeah. So where are we at here? Why is the Iowa DNC now doing quality control? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because there's people in there. I don't know. That could be code for cheating, and I don't know what that means. But my hope is that the Bernie people are aware that they're going to try to cheat them, and so they just have a bunch of Bernie people around going, make this fair, make this fair, make this fair. That's what I'm hoping, because the Biden people were trying to accuse Bernie people of cheating, which is just ridiculous. Why do you say shave your knuckles for justice? I always get asked this. It started about a year ago when people would do the super chats. I appreciate that. I don't get any money from the corporate media, so I'm totally dependent upon you, the viewers. So when you do the super chats, and that helps support the show. And one time I just went boom like that, and I saw my knuckles in the camera. I said, God, they're so hairy. And I said, God, I should shave my knuckles. And I just went, yeah, shave your knuckles for justice. That's all it means. Yeah, Bernie's got a huge lead, so they're quality controlling the shit out of those results. Absolutely. Elizabeth Warren was a Republican. We all know that. Iowa looks like it's going to fall for Mayor Pete. I don't know. It's too early. So this is like such a small percentage. Mayor Pete is literally has 67 votes in the lead. That's it. So there's only like 4,000 or 5,000 votes so far, and that's a pretty big state. Iowa's got several million people, so 4 or 5 million, I think, the whole state of Iowa, maybe more, maybe 10 million, something like that. But like, another reason for results delay, many precinct chairs abandoned the new app that was built to report results as users struggled to log in. Oh, so they abandoned the app because it wasn't working and went back to paper counting. Okay. Some Biden donors have been on edge in recent weeks, terrified with the prospect of a Sandra surge. The donor class reaction is important to watch. Ah, nice. Biden supporters Des Moines 41st tried to get viability on second round and gave up. Precinct captain freed them to join other candidates. Okay, Cory Booker may have dropped out, but he won a state delegate at a caucus at Drake University in a protest move by Yang, Klobuchar, and Biden supporters. Wow. Of course, the Biden campaign insists when they talk about electability, they mean in November, but no doubt shaky showing that will prompt questions. Interesting. Well, that's the thing with caucusing. This isn't like, oh, the Sanders campaign is pressuring people. This is the thing about a caucus and why there's, you have to stand up. It's not a secret ballot. You have to stand up in front of your neighbors and say why you're voting for this person or that person. So I'm sure if this woman was like, I felt my friend would be mad if she was driven there by a Warren or Klobuchar Biden person who said that, she'd probably feel the same way to vote for those people. If she's that, like, I don't want to piss my friends off. That has nothing to do with Bernie Sanders. Trump is rooting for the DNC. Go to status quo YouTube channel, 3 going at the same time at different tabs. Bro, don't bail on Graham. Thank you. Yeah, open up separate. I know all my friends are live streaming this too, but let's check back in with the good people at CBS.
Or are you hearing about the turnout and why this is taking so long?
Yeah, so here in Wells Fargo Arena, we'll pan over so you can get a glimpse. They're doing the final delegate equivalent count right now. They had just over 360 people here in downtown Des Moines. Now, this pales in comparison to some of the other precincts we've heard of turnout in other parts of Des Moines. Now, I have a tweet here from the chair of the Iowa Democratic Party talking about turnout, like we were saying. John Magnuson
Turnout they're talking
writes,
about.
quote, we printed tens of thousands of extra voter registration forms, and some precincts are still running out. We're making copies and deliveries to get them covered, but this caucus is going to be the big one. Now, he tweeted that out about 3 hours ago before caucuses were really getting underway, but that's a signal. Okay, so what she just reported was that the head of the Iowa DNC said they printed out tens of thousands of registration in advance, and they keep running out of them. That was 3 hours ago. The Wells Fargo Arena, which I believe is in Des Moines, is like, it's going to take a long time. So it's probably this app thing that they just talked about, but it's like there's so many people. So don't worry about Buttigieg having a 67-person lead. Is something shady happening? I don't think. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. I don't think something shady is happening. I think it's right now. From the information that I can see, it's that there is an overwhelming amount of people in Iowa caucusing, just an overwhelming amount, and it's just going to take longer. Plus, what this one reporter for the New York Times said on Twitter, the app wasn't working, so they abandoned the app, which means they probably had to recount. So they tried the app, people couldn't log in, and they said, all right, so bail that. So all that time was wasted. Then we got to go back to a regular hand count, Oh man, this is how we decide a president. I'm not defending the Democratic Party, by the way. I'm not saying they would never cheat. Don't even suggest it. I'm just saying there's no evidence of it yet. So I'm not going to sit here and go, they're cheating. Right now, they're just saying that it is an overwhelming number of people.
Back this year to the
Let me see what they say.
Is something that I think is a bit confusing at times, but we know for Iowans, this is a process that they very much cherish.
Well, now they're just talking about how.
Yeah, so you hit it right on the head. I mean, Iowans take this very seriously, especially this year where they feel mounted pressure to pick the right candidate to.
They're just
defeat
talking
Donald
about how
Trump in the
Iowans take it seriously. And good for them. A place long, long ago and far away had electric ballots, and no, it's right now in America. This is the app that was made by Robbie Mook. Not surprising that it's not working. It's weird. Mook is such an honorable dude. I don't know why that would happen. Let's go back to some super chats. Tony DeMayo, boom, shave your knuckles for justice. What do you expect from the next debate? Well, it'll really depend on how this shakes out. If Bernie wins this one, they're going to see more people going. You're going to see two things happen. If Bernie wins this and he wins it sizably, it's all going to change. If this holds and Pete wins, which I don't think is going to happen, but if it were to hold, then everyone would start chasing Pete. What's going to happen in the next debate? Some of these people are going to drop out. Like, look at all these people not getting any numbers. Well, Delaney just dropped out, but Tulsi has said publicly she's in it till the convention. Michael Bloomberg, Yang, you might see like Yang or Stayer drop out. You might see Klobuchar maybe drop out. Not drop out. She might stay in. But you're going to see some people drop out. And then whoever's the winner, which if it is Bernie, they're going to go after him hard at the next debate. Because the next debate, I believe, is Friday night. And then next Tuesday, we do New Hampshire. So that's what that debate's going to be. Now, I don't know if impeachment's going to kill that debate because we were supposed to have town halls last week that got killed because of the impeachment. So I don't know what this means for this Friday's debate. It's supposed to be this Friday the 7th. I don't know what that means. But you're going to see if Bernie gets a commanding win, which high voter turnout favors Bernie Sanders for sure. There's not a lot of young people getting all excited to go vote for Biden. Bernie's got the younger vote. He's going on for the Latino vote, as I've said. And so that's what it favors. I'm sure there's a lot of young voters for Klobuchar and Warren and Mayor Pete, but it's a lot of first-time voters favors Bernie Sanders for sure. And the money and the infrastructure that I've talked about that he's done in Iowa because he did this 4 years ago. So if he wins this, then the debate on Friday is going to be him going, this is why, I just won in Iowa. It's just one primary, but the people, this is why we have the momentum and this is why we can beat Trump. Because that statistic, just in Iowa, but that is, I bet you nationwide, it's fairly similar, of Democrats, now it's 65%. Can the candidate beat Trump? So this is why this is so critical, and the Bernie people know this, and everybody knows this. If Bernie wins Iowa and he wins New Hampshire and then Arizona, and even they're always saying, oh, Biden's got South Carolina locked up. But even if Bernie comes in second in South Carolina, but he wins 3-4 of the first 5 or something like that, then what that does is all of the people like the Any Blue Will Do's, the kind of paying attention folks, the people who just want to beat Trump, that 65% of the Iowa Democrats said that is the most important thing. Can they beat Trump? So all these not sure about it, they'll just go, well, if Bernie's getting the lead, okay, I'm going with him. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. We had a great discussion with Dave Anthony when he was on the live stream last week, and he brought up a good point. Trump isn't adding to his base. Trump is maxed out. There's not going to be new Trump supporters. So the only way for Trump to win is if Democrats stay home. The way Democrats stay home is a boring centrist candidate, which is just about anybody other than Bernie or Tulsi. Tulsi, I've talked about this all. There's a lot about I like Tulsi. Dave Anthony brought up the Modi and what Modi's doing in India, which is a legitimate thing. And I would love to ask Tulsi point blank, what are you going to do if you're president? Look what Modi's doing. What are you going to do? This is a serious thing. I would ask her, what are you going to do about Palestine? I would ask Bernie the same. I'd ask Bernie, what are you going to do about Modi? What are you going to do about Israel and Palestine? I would ask anyone that. What are you going to do about Venezuela? What are you going to do about Iran? You got to ask them all that question. But getting back to what I was saying, Bernie, what Dave Anthony was talking about was Trump is not adding to his base. He's got his base. So it's only if they put a boring centrist, which is anybody except Bernie or Tulsi. And as I said, Tulsi's not going to get the nomination. It's not, barring miracles. I know this is just the first one, but she's been polling in the 3 to 5% and barring some crazy miracle, which anything's possible, but unless it's Bernie, and he's got to pick a lefty, a real lefty VP, as we talked about, Nina Turner, that woman that's the head of the flight attendants union, somebody like that. But what it does is it shows that an excitable progressive candidate with healthcare. Because look, if Bernie gets the nomination, the Republicans are going to play, oh, he's a socialist. How are we going to pay for it? He's got those answers. We saw what he did in the Fox Town Hall in April last year when they asked him all those right-wing questions. We saw how he's going to handle it. He'll handle that great. And Bernie will do two things. One, he'll get all the any blue will do's, and he'll get all the independents and my vote doesn't count people. Now maybe my vote does count with the Bernie Sanders. I've never voted before, and so I'm going to vote for this guy. And all of the moderate, the people that are embarrassed by Trump or whatever. The diehard Trump bases, they're not going to change. You can't change their minds, but they're not that big of a base. And so Trump needs a centrist candidate to go up against because that'll keep Democrats to stay home. That's what they need. That's a great question, though. Denise Gazzardo, what's up? Shave your knuckles for justice. Bloom's like Biden is done. Yeah. Bloomberg, how is he's buying ad time and he's not even in the Iowa caucus. Oh, God. It's like him and Trump hatched this up on a golf course a couple of years ago. Bloomberg's going to come in just to try to derail, Bernie or something. Maybe when they were golfing with Clinton and Epstein and Prince Andrew and they were all flying around being filthy pedophile sex traffickers, they came up with this plan. Denise Gazzardo, Corn Pop was a bad dude. Good point. Thank you for bringing that up. That's a real statistic. This hasn't moved at all. Let's go back to this now. Let's just refresh that. Boom. Let's see if anything's changed. Not at all. I'm starting to hear campaign frustration with the Iowa Democratic Party as these results still don't come in. Absolutely. All right. Nothing's changed thus far. Let's go over here. Let me see what's on the Twitter. Let me see what the good folks at the Twitter have to say. Somebody just put, just know, DNC, that if you try some slimy, sneaky shit again, we will hit the streets from DC to LA. We will get the candidate we actually asked for, not what your rig manufactures. Yes. That is correct. All right. So that's where we're at right there. Okay. So nothing that I can see, anything new on any other pages. Yeah, I can't see anything new. Everybody's still just waiting for these same caucus results. So I'll just put the big board back up here, ladies and gentlemen, the big board. Boom. Crystal Shepherd, do you think people would come for Yang? I'd come out for Yang over Trump, but anyone besides Bernie, Tulsi, or Yang will sure give us Trump. Yeah, I mean, Yang's not going to get the nomination. I'm glad he's involved in the race. I'm glad he brought up UBI. His plan for UBI is like a Republican libertarian, as Ron calls him. He's a tech libertarian. So I don't agree with his plan for UBI, but I'm glad he's talking about it and introduced that into the conversation and talked about automation. But it would be good if Yang, like I said at the top of the show, this is maybe you just joined us. There's 384 people watching, 275 likes. Please hit the like button. So this happened at the top earlier, a couple hours. This happened about hour and 40 minutes ago in Dubuque Precinct 9A, Yang backers caucus with Bernie. So this is a good sign because this tells me that the Yang people have said, look, try to win, but if we don't, throw it into Bernie. That's what it says to me, which is a good sign. I think that's a really good sign. And I think the Yang, and I think, look, people are starting to realize a lot of people, when people are like, why are so many people running on this debate stage? Well, they're trying to get cabinet posts. They're trying to be, and as they're starting to see how much Bernie can win, they're going to really want to get involved and be involved in his cabinet, for sure. Where are we at? Super Joey Jojo, what's up? You're making Gotham great again. How many trustworthy people reporting from caucuses? Man, that is a great question. I wish I knew. I wish we had like someone on the ground going, Graham, I'm here, I'm counting. Like, I wish I had 100 political vigilantes like live streaming this right into here. That would be great. So I'm just reading a statistic right now. 63% of the people polled have caucused before. 37%, this is their first time. That's a pretty high number. Yeah. 24% made their decision the last 2 days and 12% today. So 36% of the people made their decision the last few days. 44 have made their decision before January. 20% of the population has made it in January. That's crazy. Yeah. Again, here are the age of the caucus goers. 17 to 29, or 24% are 17 to 29 years old. 21% are 30 to 44. And 28% are 45 to 54, and 27% are 65 and older. So that means 45% are 17 to 44. That's big. That's big. And now that the stats have changed a little bit, 53% are college graduates, which 47% don't have college degrees. That could mean that they're in college. They just don't have a degree yet. But yeah, Super Joy Jojo, I wish we knew. I wish we knew for sure. Danny Vela Perez, what's up, Danny? Thank you so much for supporting the show. Nobody's showing up for Bloomberg in Iowa. Yeah, the thing is, he's spending hundreds of millions of dollars on these dumb ads. Why don't you build homeless? Why don't you build housing for the homeless? Bloomberg, why don't you do that? Why don't you build affordable housing in New York City? How about that? Instead of pricing people out, or people are working poor, they're 50% of their rent is 50% of their income goes for rent. That's bad. Your rent should be 20 to 25% of your income. The old adage used to say, take a week's salary and that's what you should pay in rent. That's the old adage. So that's not true for most people anymore. Old Dave, boom, making Gotham great again. Love me some Elwood, Omaha shout out. What's up? Ron and I had a great show in Omaha. We were there in September, and it was we did Iowa City, we did Omaha, we did Sioux Falls, we did Madison, we did Minneapolis. It was great. We will be back in Madison and Minneapolis in October. So tour dates, I'll go in reverse. October, we are in Madison and Minneapolis. September, we are in New York City, Boston, Portland, Maine, and Burlington, Vermont. In August, we are in Richmond, DC, and Philly. July, we are in Chicago and Milwaukee. I'm also speaking at the Mythicist Informed event. I mistakenly called it a Minds event, but I didn't realize Minds and Mythicist were two different organizations. I spoke at the Minds event last year, but Mythicist Informed is doing the event in Milwaukee. It's the Saturday before the convention. Ron Placone's speaking there. Nico House is speaking there. They're pretty interesting events. They bring a wide swath of people. It's not a progressive hoedown at all. Ron and I and Nico are probably going to be the the progressive, the outliers. So that's in July. In June, we are in Louisville and Nashville. Atlanta will be added soon. That's going to happen. That is the 19th, 20th, and 21st of June. In May, 12, 13, 14, we were in Indianapolis, Detroit, and Cleveland. In April 24th, we were in Seattle. April 25th, we are in Portland. And in March, we are 12, 13, 14, we are in I might have had the dates wrong in May. Anyway, Indianapolis, Detroit, and Cleveland is the middle of May. Go to graham.com for my tour dates. In March, we are in Florida, Orlando, Tampa, and Miami. And this month, this Saturday, we are going to be in Tucson, Arizona. And Sunday, we are going to be on panel with the Jimmy Dore Show. And we are on panel with Jimmy in Sacramento and San Jose. And then the 29th of February, we are in San Francisco. Go to graham.com for all your tour dates. Anthony Chisholm, what's up, brother? Couldn't watch Ben trash Bernie on TYT anymore. Yeah, I don't know. It's unfortunate. Sparky, shave your knuckles for justice. DNC apologist, kidding. They knew the app wouldn't work. Pete's okay with the military-industrial complex and intel community. Fix may be in for him. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. We know that Pete is a former Navy intelligence officer. I put former in quotes. He worked for a consulting firm and a hedge fund. The consulting firm was also, they helped get rid of union jobs for the post office and help raise insurance rates for Anthem Blue Cross subscribers. So they would the ruling class would love Pete in there. Could he beat Trump? Doubtful. But even if he did, they'd have one of their people in there. So let's check back in with the good folks at CBS.
Since 1972, it came in the wake of the riots at the 1968 Democratic Convention in Chicago. Party leadership wanted to give voters a more direct say in selecting the nominee. CBS News political unit associate producer Sarah Ewell Weiss takes a look back at how the caucuses helped shape.
Now they're just talking the history of the caucuses. Who care? So go to graham.com for all of your tour dates, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this quality control nonsense, there's still no updates from it. So they're just playing the history of the Iowa caucuses right now. This is like a rain delay in baseball. Let's look at the All-Star game from 1977. Pete Rose and his musty haircut ran over whatever. Can't wait to see Biden HQ speech. That'll be fun. It might be getting late there. I don't think they'll still be awake. The Biden campaign headquarters. Shelly Poco. Shelly, thank you so much for supporting the show. Shave your knuckles for justice. I had a great interview today with one of my Patreon supporters, Jackson Fax. I just posted that today. It's about, how telecoms are buying up politicians and the FCC to push through 5G, knowing full well it's dangerous, bad for the environment. So check that out. Sparky, boom, shave your knuckles for justice. Bernie could pull some Trump voters if he emphasized peace like Tulsi. Some fear military-industrial complex might push him around like with Trump. No, I think you bring up a great point. I definitely think Bernie would pull some Trump supporters. I think he already has. I've had some of them come over to this show and wake up to the fact that both parties are screwing us, and Bernie actually is the outsider like Trump claimed to be. So that's, that's a big thing. And I've talked about this before. If Trump gets Bernie gets the nomination, he'll go into red states and campaign. Liz Warren saying, I'm not going on Fox News is ridiculous. That just helps divide the country. Bernie will go on Fox News. Bernie will debate Trump on Fox News in a red state. Bernie will campaign in red states, and he will get red state voters to wake up to this fact. He'll basically tell them you've been lied to. Trump gave a $1.5 trillion tax break to the wealthy. He's not helping you. They talk about all these jobs and the economy is so great. Where is it? Is it it's that poll that I showed from Tucker Carlson. Let me see if I have that on my computer to show you. Yeah, here. This is to your point of how Bernie can pull over some Trump supporters and how he'll win some red states if he's the nominee. He'll crush Trump. I think he'll crush Trump. And they're beginning to wake up to this. And whether they do or not, it's irrelevant because he will. So here's what Tucker Carlson said. I'm sorry. That just always makes me laugh. Elderly socialists accusing each other of thought crimes. It's funny. It's not accurate. Elizabeth Warren is not a socialist. She's a capitalist. I just show her stand up. But that was funny. So you see that? Only 31%. That's the thing. And people are looking at their own bank accounts. You can say, oh, the stock market's doing great and job numbers are up. And Trump's team they had this, surrogate on CBS going, the numbers are great. Everyone's doing it. When you ask people point blank, look at this. Does the economy help the middle class? Nothing has changed. They're not seeing it. So he just mentioned student loan bubble. He's acknowledging it. Ernie's talking about student debt forgiveness. I mean, this is where Tucker Carlson is funny. The Democrats are raging about anything normal people think are virtuous. Okay, I think I've heard enough at that point. But look, that's coming from deep inside the red cave, and he's right. I mean, Socialism's never worked. It never will. But the fact that that's the right-wing argument, the right-wing talking point actually is beautiful, because that's so easily debunked. That's so easily defeated when Bernie says, like he said, here's the thing Bernie is so good at, saying the same point over and over and over. So from July to November, if he gets the nomination, here's what he's going to say over and over and over. That thing he said on the Fox News town hall, which was when a young woman stood up and said, you know, I'm afraid of communism. He goes, I'm a democratic socialist. It's not the same as Stalin era Soviet Union communism. So what I'm providing is things we already have. You start talking in Tucker's right, simplistic terms that make people's lives better. You like your taxes, all of our taxes paid for the police department, the fire department, snow plows, street cleaning, mail, all that stuff. So I'm just going to spend more money to give you more of those things, and I'm going to tax the billionaires, which isn't right. And he's going to spread out the dollars and cents of it. He's not going to talk about MMT, which is the real solution. That'll freak too many people out. But the real answer is, look, the Federal Reserve just wrote $6 trillion in checks for Wall Street over the last month. $6 trillion. They just wrote it. That's how money works in this country, the fiat. When you explain a fiat currency, Congress passes a bill, the Federal Reserve pays for it. They just create the money. They don't need taxes. Now, Bernie Sanders can't say that, but if you watch my MMT playlist, this will make more sense. So that's the other thing. Bernie has the math based on the taxes pay for things model to suffice everything. Cut the military budget down, tax the billionaires, get everybody to pay their fair share, get the big pharmaceutical companies, get the big health lobby out of it, and everyone will agree with that. Because every American is getting jammed hard by healthcare costs. Every single American. Especially red state, working class, rural voters, whatever you want to say, everybody. When 60% of America, right? So you're talking about over 150 million people, that's like 180 some million people, have less than $500 in their bank account. They can't handle a $500 to $1,000 emergency. That's huge. And you're telling people, I'm going to make your healthcare loss. I'm going to wipe out your student debt. They're going to go, I'm voting for this guy. You start explaining that. Look, we've given the banks trillions of dollars. We spent trillions of dollars on war. Why can't we spend money on good things? This message is going to crumble. And it's going to crumble even with the Tucker Carlsons on Fox News. Great question. No sound from the videos you play. Oh, yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry. You didn't hear what Tucker said. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. But anyway, I heard it, and I'll replay that clip. Thanks for watching the show. Yeah, I can't figure that. I tried to fix that. I'm totally sorry about that. No sound on the clip. Yeah, no sound. I got it. The Tucker clip didn't have sound. Blah, 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 blah. My fault. New York Times Live, and Warren is in second. Ooh! Pistol Pete Wine Cave, he's in third. Bernie Sanders, 1811. Warren, 1636. All right. This is big now. So Bernie's in the lead. The DNC app broke, which is hilarious. There it is. Let's do a quick refresh here. Yeah. All right. Bernie's in the lead now. Elizabeth Warren is in second. Buttigieg third. Biden is in fifth place. And Tom Steyer, 9 went uncommitted. We might see some of these people drop out. Oh, fucking with Jimmy, they're freezing his feed. That sucks. CNN saying there are no results. Interesting. Maybe CNN's more insight on the corruption. Natural Progressive, what's up, Chris? Check out her show, Natural Progressive. It's a great show for climate change and the environment, and she gets some really interesting interviews over there. So check that out. National Progressive says, what is happening right now? Delaying results to verify Mayor Pete in the lead. Just got off work to hear this. Yes, it's all right. Bernie's now in the lead, according to the New York Times. They're delaying the results. For what they're saying is the two reasons, Chris, is that there was an overwhelming amount of people that came to caucus, more so than they've ever seen, apparently. And the app that was created by Robbie Mook, who's a corrupt Clinton person, wasn't working. So a lot of people, they said what happened. These reporters that are like on the scene in New York said a lot of the whatever the caucus chairs or leaders or whatever of each caucus said they ditched the app and went back to like hand counting and paper. So that took more time apparently. So that's what's happening. I'm going to check in on CBS real quick if they got any new news.
Voting with your feet, going to different parts of a giant caucus room to make your support for a particular candidate known. I mean, this was very much in response to what happened in 1968 at the Democratic Convention.
Right. Well,
I was talking about history still. Here's an interesting poll. 57% of people polled said they support replacing all private health insurance with a government funded. 57%. That's big. That bodes well for Bernie because his plan is like Medicare for all. It's just how many of them are going to get tricked by Liz Warren's fake Medicare for all, fake plan, lying about her ethnicity. CureForCancer.co, shave your knuckles for justice. The Young Turks, Adrian Lawrence, supports Elizabeth Warren wanting to enact criminal penalties for misinformation because unfortunately the American public, they're not able to decipher. Jesus. God, these people think they're so liberal and they just want to abandon the Constitution. It's mystifying to me. It's mystifying to me. Yeah, sorry about the Tucker thing. I forgot that when I play stuff here, it doesn't go to you guys yet. I went through that fun game again. That's always fun. Okay, so this person is going to get blocked. Yeah, here's the rule. If you advocate for violence or anything like that, then no, I'm going to automatically block you. So I don't want to see that at all. Yeah, 458 people watching, 381. This is awesome, everybody. Awesome turnout. Hello, everybody. Yeah, can't even have proper elections. Can't even, what a paragon of democracy we are. I know, this is just hilarious. Is Bernie responsible for a few campaign workers that have a few beers and start blathering about re-education camps? People really believe that crap? Oh, God, they're going to try to say anything. They're going to try to say anything they can. They're going to say any kind of crazy nonsense. Ruth Benedict, hope you're here. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Of course, the app has some time to has some tie to the Clintons. Of course it does. Of course it does. Yeah. So you don't need Russia to rig the elections. We do it ourselves. Screw the DNC. Yeah, I absolutely right on that. Let's read some more super chats. The naughty vegan. Oh, you vegans, so naughty. After 2016 caucuses and 80% went to Bernie, Washington State switched to voting instead of caucuses. See you and Ron in April. Have time for a vegan meal here? Yeah, I hope so. Absolutely. We do Seattle, yeah, the 24th, and then we're going to go up to Portland the next day on the 25th. So, yeah, hopefully we can maybe grab a vegan meal maybe before the show or something. I don't know. And then the Portland show on the 25th, if that show sells out, which it's getting close, if that show sells out in Portland, we'll add a show on the 26th, on that Sunday, the 26th. So come out to those shows. And yeah, naughty vegan, we'll vegan up some shit in Seattle. Caves of Chaos, 1, 2, 3, shave your knuckles for justice. To understand how shaky our democracy is, it keeps being mentioned that whoever wins Iowa often wins a nomination. November 9 is months away. Have a kid. It's a good point. Yeah, let's all start making babies right now. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Well, I mean, I'm an unfuckable burn bro. So it's, I don't know, if you're a burn bro, then I don't know if you can have a baby because nobody wants to make babies with us. Tokugawa 89, shave your knuckles for justice. Thank you so much. Chris Kelly, no sound on any of the clips you have shown. I know. That's such a bummer, right? Such a bummer. Sparky, is the audio supposed to be on with Tucker? Yeah, for me, but not for you, I guess. Sorry. Stephen Hendrickson, shave your knuckles for justice. Any results yet? Just got home and don't trust the mainstream media. So here we are so far. Bernie Sanders is in the lead with 1,811 votes. Elizabeth Warren trails by about 180 votes. She's got 1,636. Buttigieg is 1,553. He was in the lead, and now he's dropped to third, and Bernie's in first. Klobuchar 773. Biden and Kloby have just been sort of duking it out for the 4 and 5 seed. Yeah. Representatives from the campaigns have been called into the Iowa Democratic boiler room to discuss the issues with reporting results. Wow. A caucus secretary in Story County grew frustrated trying to report results to the state party by phone. He was on hold and just tweeted them out. Wow. All right. Here's an update.
Here, I'll drop one and keep talking in the other. Basically, Sanders campaign aides we're talking to expressing a deep level of concern about these delays. Despite anecdotal reports from across the state, there we go, that they are performing well in places where they wanted to. Places like Des Moines, south side of Des Moines, suburbs of Des Moines, and then out towards the east in heavily Democratic areas like Muscatine, among others. They're also impressed with the turnout among an important subgroup, or what they consider to be an important subgroup of voters in this state.
All right.
Latinos. They only counted for about 4% of the turnout, but there was a belief that in certain precincts across the state, if they could boost the numbers ever so slightly, it might help them on the margins if they end up in a tight race with one of the other contenders. The campaign tonight that seems the most optimistic, at least outwardly so at this point, is the Buttigieg campaign.
Yeah, he's just talking about the Sanders campaign is voiced frustration with the lack of time in reporting this. Yeah, there are a lot of jitters right now, but remember the caucus process is complicated. A lot of counting and math is involved in getting it right. Yeah. I had to imagine Camp Bloomberg isn't a little gleeful right now. If Biden does poorly, Bloomberg may benefit by swooping it in on Super Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Yeah, so those are results, Stephen Hendrickson, for just tuning in. Alien FX, boom, shave your knuckles for justice. It's rigged. Somewhere Hillary is laughing. Haha. Of course, she's just gonna be like, any option she sees to jump in, she's going to. It's gonna be crazy between now and July. Just know that it's going to be crazy, and then all the way into November is gonna be crazy. Sparky, boom, shave your knuckles for justice. Best and easiest argument for single payer is other countries with indoor plumbing and electricity have it. Yeah, I know. That's all these other countries have it. And they have a great quality of life. They have a great quality of life. Also point out the tax rate in the 50s. When America was supposedly so great, we had the highest tax rate. We had the highest amount of banking and corporate regulation. We had the highest number of union members. That was in the 50s. So that's what you point out to the how we're going to pay for it. Bernie's is, a communist crowd. Sam Dean, shave your knuckles for justice. Stop intimidating me with your toxic masculinity. I know. That's what I do. Denise Gazzardo, what's up? Shave your knuckles for justice. Yeah, Ted Cruz won the Iowa caucuses. Oh, I know. Breaking news. Juan Guaido has been declared winner in Iowa caucuses. Oh, thank you. Well, so now we know. He's the new president, I guess. If that's where, yeah, Juan Guaido is the president. Congratulations to the Guaido campaign for its hard work and being a CIA puppet. We thoughts and prayers to blah, 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 blah. Nothing's changed here. This is disconcerting. The representatives from campaigns have been called in the Iowa Democratic Party boiler room to discuss issues with the reporting results. Well, this is where the Bernie campaign I'm assuming has learned from 4 years ago, and they got their people there like, no way, because they're going to try to screw them in that boiler room. Michael Ellis, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice, Feel the Burn, love the show, keep up the fight. You got it. We got 458 people watching, ladies and gentlemen. 441 likes. Hit the like button, everybody. Share this out on your social media. The app thing, this is just so weird. Yeah, Natural Progressive, you're right. Fox might be more accurate than CNN. I wouldn't doubt that at all. Well, let's see what these other let's see what they have on the other networks if I can find anything else here. Boom. Here's from Fox News. Source says Iowa caucus results delay likely linked to app. Trump camp trolls party. Yeah, you guys don't know what you're doing. Yeah. Man. Yeah, there's nothing here new on Fox News. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Iowa caucuses on Fox News. Iowa caucus vote totals delayed for quality control assessment. No vote numbers reported yet. That was 7 minutes ago on Fox News. Yeah, so nothing. I'm not seeing anything new anywhere else, everybody. It's crazy. Sam Dean, get the song suggestions in, people. Marlon Shatner. We'll see, dude. If this is some long ass 2 or 3, I'm not gonna be able to sing like a million. Yeah, this is so weird. We thought we'd have all these results by now. I don't know what to say. Yeah, the app, of course, the Robbie Mook app doesn't work. Hopefully no moles in the Sanders campaign. Well, I don't know about that. It sure sometimes feels like there are. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely moles in this campaign. Bluebell 51, The Hill is reporting that the app failed and the party has decided to switch to paper. Yeah. Excuse me. Oh, I'm allergic to the Democratic Party's bullshit. Amy is giving her speech. Oh, wow. Well, record it and use it if you're having trouble sleeping. Just her and Buttigieg just giving a speech. That's like, if I can't sleep, I just listen to them talk about pragmatic centrism is what was out like a baby. All right, let's see what we got. 552 people watching, 486. Hit the like button. Folks, please join Ron Placona and I on the road for the Progressive Comedy Tour. Go to GrahamElwood.com. We're in Tucson this Saturday, February 8th. We're in San Francisco, February 29th. March, we're in Orlando, Tampa, and Miami. April, we're in Seattle and Portland. May, we're in Indianapolis, Detroit, and Cleveland. June, we're in Louisville and Nashville. July, we're in Chicago and Milwaukee. August, we are in New York, Boston, Portland, Maine, and Burlington, Vermont. August, we're in DC, Richmond, and Philly. September, we're in New York City, Boston, Portland, Maine, and Burlington, Vermont. October, we're in Madison, Milwaukee. Go to GrahamElwood.com for all your tour dates. But this is maddening what the DNC is doing. Denise Gazzardo. Denise, thank you so much. That's an awesome boom. You get 2 shaved knuckles for the price of 1. How about the revenue from recreational marijuana nationwide? Won't that help? Oh, that's such a great point, too. And I think the time is right, too, to Bernie, if he gets in the general to say, I'm going to legalize marijuana, because it's not this like crazy, it's going to give everyone schizo. It's like, no. You can just Hold on, let me see what Amy Klobuchar is saying.
It is a simple idea. It's a simple idea that the heart of America is so much bigger than the heart of this guy in the White House.
Oh, she's just saying Trump's bad. Wow, bold. Trump's bad.
Our country cannot take another 4 years of Donald Trump. Our collective sense of decency.
She's running on Trump's decency beats Trump. Anyway, back to what you said, Denise Gazzardo. Yeah, that's a great point. Because the let's legalize marijuana on a federal level, you can point to, look what the money Colorado's brought in. Washington, Oregon, what's happening in California, what we could do on the federal level. We legalize, how are we going to pay for it? Okay. Tax all the billionaires, tax all the big corporations, get rid of their tax breaks, and subsidies to like the oil companies, right? So the 1% and the corporations pay their fair share, right? So there's that tax revenue. There's cutting the military budget down, right? There's that tax revenue. There's not giving any just free checks to Wall Street. That ends. And then the tax revenue that you're talking about from recreational marijuana on a federal level. Like that would be huge. Or maybe you got to, anyway, the money from that would bring in so much money. Don't give $1.5 trillion tax break to billionaires. Don't spend trillions of dollars on all these wars. So that pays for everything. That's a great point, Denise. Thank you so much. Sam Dean, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Marlon Shatner is somewhere over the rainbow. Somewhere over the rainbow. Oh, boy. Looking at this new most important issue, caucus goers under 30. Healthcare is 33% healthcare is the most important issue, and 30% say climate change in caucus goers under 30. Healthcare and climate change are 33 and 30%. Those are the two areas Bernie is like the strongest on. He has the best Green New Deal out there, and he's got his Medicare for All is the gold standard. Oh, no change up top. I'm 45 and I agree with everyone here. Yeah, man. So look, man, I'm right in that age range. Like that's the thing that the okay boomer, I guarantee that was designed by some ruling class deep stater to keep us divided. They want us fighting with each other, boomer, millennial, red state, blue state, black, white. I've said this before. The ruling class wants to keep us divided. That is their whole tactic. That's why people on the left always fight with each other. That's by design. That's because private intelligence and the CIA plant people inside of activist groups and organizations and political campaigns to cause problems. There's a difference between somebody like Tulsi supporters and Bernie supporters are both passionate and they disagree. That's one thing. It's another thing when there's like fomenting dissent within a group. They have done this really since like the 40s and 50s, really, when the OSS, that became the CIA. This is what they did in all those movements in the 60s and 70s. Black Lives Matter leaders have all sort of had weird, disappearances and injuries and deaths and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, this millennial supports progressives of any generation. Right on. That's the point. They want us fighting with each other. So the fact that we all just line up because, to sit there and, blame the baby boomer, like Pete Buttigieg is, him and Tulsi are the same age and they're so diametrically different from each other. Warren and Bernie are close to the same age and they're so different from one each other. They try to port him as the same, but they're not. He never had to lie about his ethnicity. It's just crazy. They want us, they use identity politics to keep us divided. They just use all that stuff. So I'm glad you all are not falling for it. Terry B, is Bernie running away with it? No, so far Bernie's in the lead. We're stuck at this 18-11, but there's all this delay in results. I mean, I've been live for an hour and 20 minutes now, and we still don't have results. And this time in 2016, we had 80% of the results in. 80%. So something's up. It's yeah. Some Amy Klobuchar victory speech, because I don't know. She's got to rest up to write another uninspiring, pragmatic centrist speech that just says Trump is bad. And a woman can be president. Yeah, we all know a woman can be president. That's not a campaign point. We all know that. Everyone's good with it. Have policies we like. Have a voting record that reflects it. You know what I mean? God, it's such a old thing. Amy, what's your stance on Medicare for all? Wait just a minute. A woman can be president. No one. Oh God, it's like Andrew Yang. How are you going to deal with Iran? Well, everyone's going to get $1,000 and we're going to move them to high ground. What? God, come up with something else, man. The campaigns are being consulted. Late coming results is a bad sign. Yeah, I know. This is really a problem for me. I'm starting to wonder what this means. Because this is, yeah. Representatives from two minutes ago. I'm going to see what else this is saying. What are these tweets? Joe Biden was speaking shortly to his party in Des Moines. Campaign official says a precinct captain in Butte tells me the app report results don't load and nobody helped. She's now on hold with party officials. That was 4 minutes ago. Somehow, some way, I'm going to get on a plane tonight to New Hampshire, and we're bringing this to New Hampshire. Klobuchar added, just quotes from her. The Floyd County chair told me I have 3 precincts unable to report results. They couldn't report through the app or by phone. Ugh. God, there's something here on C. Hold on.
So I got that one. But look, here's what's been happening. We're obviously all still waiting for data, and you're starting to see candidate speeches now. Remember, the Iowa caucuses are about getting attention. They're not really about delegates because there's only 41 of them to get. So those candidates wanted to win and get up there on that podium as a winner in front of that prime time audience. So that obviously, this timing makes that a little harder. But I do want to take you inside on your question line, which is, what is it that might be holding this up? And this empty board, believe it or not, can tell you a story, which is we were preparing to show you first when the party put out the initial choice count. Obviously, that's blank.
Okay.
And then we were going to show you the final choice count, right? Final choice. That's blank too. And then we were going to show you the delegates.
CBS guy isn't saying much.
Again, blank.
Everything's blank.
Right? So the party was putting out 3 sets of numbers. And it may be that putting out all of those numbers, or trying to, is part of what's holding this up. They've got to do all those calculations and make sure
So the CBS guy is just saying the party wants to put out 3 different sets of numbers. Great. Make it more complicated. That's one of the things that's holding it up. Yeah, this is just, man, I do not trust this at all. That man watching TV face makes grandma look super old. Come on, that's not cool. Jennifer Lewis, Shaving Knuckles for Justice. I am now just leaving Iowa to go home. What are you seeing, Jennifer? Anything interesting there? Oh man, this guy's standing in front of an empty. This CBS guy's just standing in front of an empty map with a bunch of zeros on it going, well, what normally would be happening is we would have some answers, but we don't. God, what is this? Who? God. It's 2020, and we're still just bumbling around? Does everyone put a piece of corn into a pot with it? Put a piece of corn into Bernie's jug, and then put one into Buttigieg. What is this? God, this is dumb. Do not trust the Democratic Party at all. Yeah, maybe they should just do Rochambeau, like Bernie, you know, like, Warren. Like, Liz Warren's going to give a speech. Oh, God. Putin is laughing his ass off right now. 534 people watching, 539 likes. Thanks for hitting the like button, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Sparky, boom. God damn it, quality control is a good euphemism. Yes, it is, Sparky. Yes, it is. Andrew Dwyer, thank you so much for supporting the show. Sam Dean, somewhere over the rainbow birds fly at Warp Factor 5, Mr. Sugo. Tagawa 89, shaving knuckles for justice. Do you think there will be a revolution if they cheat Bernie again? Also, have you read Marx? Richard Marx, the singer. I have read a little Marx. It's been a long time. I do think that if there is flagrant cheating of Bernie Sanders, people aren't going to stand for it. It's going to get ugly. I'm not advocating for any violence of any way, shape, or form, but I think people are going to get really mad, and rightfully so. And if that happens, I will definitely participate in any sort of peaceful, nonviolent resistance. I will do that. But this is just like, if this is what this is spelling out, they're going to cheat Bernie. They're going to have a lot of problems. I mean, the Democratic convention is just going to be a free for all in July. I mean, it might be the death of this party and the formation of a real third party if they just flagrantly cheat. Liz Warren's giving a speech. I can't listen to her talk. You're just a liar, Liz Warren. She lied about being Native American and literally got a college scholarship because of it and stole a spot at Harvard University. Somewhere out there, there's a woman Liz Warren's age that grew up on a reservation that could have gone to Harvard and didn't. Somewhere. We'll never know, but Liz Warren stole it. Gee, Liz, I think white people have stolen enough from Native Americans. She's a liar. She stands for Trump. I'm going to show that clip again since we have new viewers. I know there's no sound on this one. Well, first of all, let's show this. Here's Liz Warren's registration card for the State Bar of Texas. Now, this is already after she had gotten her law degree. She's race, American Indian. She put this out back in '86. She got into college lying about that. It helped her get into law school. It helped her get into the bar. That's who Liz Warren is. Here's Bernie Sanders getting arrested for civil rights. He's not lying about his ethnicity right there, right? He's not saying he's Native American or Latino or I'm part black or no, I'm a Jewish guy. This ain't right. It's not right. That's why I'm protesting. It's not right. Regardless of my gender, my ethnicity, it's not right. That's who Liz Warren is. Liz Warren, liar, stealing. It's just cultural appropriation. This is offensive. This is fighting for what's right. See the difference? Let's show this one again. This is my other. Well, I like showing this one, but I just like showing this one. Here's Ghislaine Maxwell, 2 years after she settled out of court for being a pedophile sex trafficker, which she settled with Virginia Roberts, who said in a sworn deposition she was a pedophile sex trafficker. Here's at Chelsea Clinton's wedding. Bill, he was on Epstein's plane 26 times. Bill and Hillary was on the plane twice. And Bill and Hillary went to his compound in New Mexico. And she's hiding somewhere. Just so Robbie Mook, who works heavily with the Clintons, this is who the Clintons are. And this is why this app is broken. I just like pointing that one. Now, there's no sound to this one, but I will tell you what happens. This is Donald Trump giving us his State of the Union last year, saying America will never be a socialist country. It will always be a capitalist country. We renew our resolve. And never a socialist country. Everyone starts clapping. America will never be a socialist country. Everyone starts chanting USA, and they say, oh, everyone's standing. There's Liz Warren standing and clapping for Donald Trump saying America will never be a socialist country, same thing. Bernie sat for that. These warmongering jackasses who steal your money and steal your pensions and steal your jobs and steal your health care stood and cheered and clapped, and she stood with them. That's who Liz Warren is. Just so we're clear. While she's giving her speech, let's show that. Let's show that. Bernie's not very popular. This is a speech he gave in Brooklyn announcing. It's packed. You barely see him. He's right there. 30,000 people. That's what's going on. Yeah. This is all that nonsense. There's this. These are all the white sexist burn bros that have endorsed Bernie. Look at all that white male privilege. Just sick of it. All those white men. Look at all that white male privilege. Unbelievable. Nina Turner. Talib. Jayapal. AOC. Amy Valea. Omar. Right? Dr. Victoria Dooley, who we've interviewed on the show. Yep, that's the white male privilege that lines up for Bernie. Just real quick, we're just going through old photos. Here's Hillary, right? Isn't that nice? Yeah, King of Saudi Arabia. They murder people. Oh, hey, there's Kissinger. Yeah, palling around with Kissinger. That's like, that would be like John Kerry laughing it up with, or Joe Biden laughing it up with Dick Cheney. That's what that's like. Oh boy. Still trying to figure out that we don't know what's going on here. Oh, Joe Biden and Warren are giving speeches. The Iowa Democratic Party told campaigns they have 35% of precincts reported, but would provide no other details about tonight's results. It's too close to call, Warren is saying. Iowa Democrats, we found inconsistencies in the reporting of 3 sets of results using photos and paper trail to validate that all results match. Oh, man. Oh, we're going to be up all night. I'm not going to do this with this stream all night. I don't know what to do if this just keeps... I don't know. Oh, God. Danny Vela Perez, shave your knuckles for justice. Graham's superpower is radioactive shaved knuckles. Yes, that is my superpower. Sparky, shave your knuckles for justice. DNC is shameless and will cheat in front of God and everybody. They're a private organization and are under no legal obligation to play it straight, even though their own charter says they have to play it straight. This is unreal, man. This is unreal. I can't believe this. We saw, they lost Hillary Clinton, yeah. You're saying Russia hacked the election. This is unreal. It's 8:41 at night, and it's 10:40 in Iowa right now. It's 10:41 p.m. Ugh. Well, currently Bernie's in the lead, but this has been going on for at least a half hour, 45 minutes. They only have 35% of the precincts reported. In 2016, they had 80% of the precincts reported 2 hours ago. At like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night Central Time, 4 years ago, they had 80% of the precincts reported. Oh, God. Yeah, can you say Florida 2000? Unbelievable. Bernie's on? Of course, they're not going to show Bernie. Let's see if we can find Bernie. Oh, boy. I'd love to watch Bernie's speech. Oh no, Fox News has got some ridiculous thing. Of course, they're not going to show Bernie. CNN.com. Let's see what's going on. Warren's making a speech. Biden is making a speech. Democrats say there's inconsistencies in reporting. Oh man, if you're on the ground there in Iowa and you're a Bernie person, pay attention. Like, get some coffee, get a sandwich, and figure out what the hell's going on, because this is just nuts. Yeah, I literally don't know. There's no information. Yeah. Biden said the Iowa Democratic Party must be careful in their deliberations during the delay. Jesus. What a just absolute dumbass disaster. Jennifer Lewis, shave your knuckles for justice. The caucus chair allowed Pete's ballots to be written on after people already left. Wow. Thank you for reporting this, Jennifer. They were supposed to write name on the ballot, but put a sticker on the chair, and the chair allowed it. Should have been invalidated. Holy shit. Report that to to your local news, Jennifer. Report that to the Sanders campaign. Report that to the Democratic Party in Iowa. I mean, yeah, report it to them. They're probably in on this fix, but that's unbelievable. Jesus Christ. Just unfucking believable. Sam Dean, you can't say I love my country without saying tree. Get it? I love my country. Ha, come on, Sam. Nice joke. Adam F., shave your knuckles for justice, Adam. Is the RNC even this bad? Sadly enough, I guessed honest question. No. As broken as our political system is, and both parties are utterly corrupt, the Democrats are worse at this shit. Republicans don't have super delegates, but we still, this archaic system, and then they get an app and it's not, when we use technology, it's not verified. There's no paper ballot. There's no nothing. We're really, like, people are literally putting stickers on pieces of paper, and that's how you're counting it? Oh, God. The Natural Progressive, shave your knuckles for justice, Chris. Check out her show. No, you're staying up all night to watch what you know is happening. Did that last time. It was heartbreaking. Court media is prepping people for the fuckery. Sparky, elections are won by who counts the votes. Stalin. Yeah, absolutely. Like, God, this is pissing me off. Bernie is live. Bernie is speaking. Where is Bernie speaking? You know what I'm going to do? Is it on Bernie's YouTube page? Yeah, is there a link to watch Bernie's speech? Yeah, and where are they putting his speech? God, this just drives me fucking nuts. Here's the link. Yeah, they won't let you post the link. No, let's see. Where is Bernie Sanders channel. It's live on this channel. Okay, here we go. Bernie is speaking. Here it is. You won't be able to hear it. He's just giving his speech, $15 an hour. That's what he's doing. That's all he's talking about. Yeah. Healthcare is a human right, not a privilege. He's just saying his points. This is Bernie's YouTube page, by the way. He's going to take on the pharmaceutical country, all of his talking points. He said we're going to pass Medicare for all, a single payer program. Everybody cheered. There's 9,200 people watching now. He started streaming 16 minutes ago. I'm going to like that, that's for sure. He just said public colleges and tuition will be tuition free. And he just said we're going to cancel student debt in America. Joe Biden's on CBS. He said we're going to do that on modest tax on Wall Street speculation. That's how they're going to pay for the student debt bubble. He said 11 years ago we bailed out the crooks on Wall Street. Now we're going to help out them. They're going to pay to help out the middle class. He's saying climate change is not a hoax. It's a threat to the entire our country and the entire world. Existential threat. Yep. Time is now to take on the fossil fuel industry. Transfer away to sustainable fuels, away from fossil fuels. He just said, I'm going to talk to China and Russia and other countries instead of spending $1.8 trillion on war destroying each other. Let's fight our common enemy of climate change. It's amazing. He said he's going to fix a broken and racist criminal justice system. Going to invest in young people, jobs, and education, not more incarceration. He just said comprehensive immigration reform and a path towards citizenship. Talking about gun safety. Said gun legislation is going to be written by the American people, not the NRA. Yeah. Women will have the right to choose. They'll control their own bodies. said change is coming. He said to the military industrial complex, the pharmaceutical companies, and everybody, Wall Street, change is coming. Everyone's chanting Bernie. He's thanking the staff and volunteers in Iowa. So, now it's on to New Hampshire and Nevada, South Carolina. He said onward to victory. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, I guess, because, you know, they all got to go to New Hampshire. They all got to go to New Hampshire. So this is what he's got to do. I mean, that's the story, because it's like they all got to go to New Hampshire now, because look, the debates are there's a debate Friday in New Hampshire, I believe. And then the election is, the New Hampshire primary is Tuesday. CBS is finally showing just a brief clip of Bernie Sanders. They showed almost all of Warren's speech, most of Biden's, and a little bit of Bernie. So, yeah, all right. I don't know what to tell you guys. Biden's lawyers are challenging the results. Oh, maybe Hunter can get involved. Yeah. Yeah, they showed like 30 seconds of Bernie. Unbelievable. Convo Couch just reported a coin toss between Sanders and Buttigieg. People left after being told they could, and then they gave a delegate to Pete. 101 people for Sanders, 66 for Pete. Unbelievable. Oh, man. %90 of my comments are clearly being shadow banned. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Oh boy. I don't know what to tell you guys. There's still no answers here. If we go over to the New York Times page, there's still nothing. And I don't know. I might wrap this up soon. I've been on for 2 hours and we don't know anything. Biden team to state party campaign should get full explanations of relevant information regarding the methods and quality control you're enjoying. The Biden campaign sent a letter to Iowa Democratic Party late Monday night citing considerable flaws in the reporting system for the caucuses. Sanders said when the results are announced, I have a good feeling we're going to do well. Why is it taking so long to report the results? Nearly 1,700 caucuses fill out worksheets like this, then report multiple results. More from Manny McClure, Iowa Democratic Party. This is simply a reporting issue. The app did not go down, and this not a hack or an intrusion. All right, well, that's good to know. The anecdotal evidence for Biden was looking rough all night, but the delay in the results and potential for confusion may buffer any blow for him. I don't know what to tell you, guys. I've been talking for 2 hours, so I'm going to read a couple of super chats, and then probably, I've been alive for decades and still know nothing. Don't give up now, Graham. I'm not giving up. I'm just saying, I'm not going to sit here and just watch CBS jerk off all night. I mean, Roy Boy 63, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Can you explain the coin flipping shit? I mean, why? Yeah, I know. I wish I had a reasonable explanation. It's the year 2020, the richest country in the history of the world, and we're still doing this thing like it's like high school football or something. Like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Mike T, shave the knuckles for justice. First Bernie surging, the most anticipated poll gets axed, followed by tallying errors tonight. Coincidence? DNC is an embarrassment. Yeah, this really reeks of a thing. Because they look like, so they're going to what? Announce it at night? So my guess is it's clear Bernie's winning. They're trying to stifle that. So they're trying to cheat him and say, oh, it didn't work. And people will go to bed and then they'll put Buttigieg stickers on things or whatever. I don't know what. But they definitely didn't want to give Bernie a big victory speech in primetime TV. That's for sure. He gets a victory speech in primetime TV. All the networks have to carry that. Bernie wins. They can't deny that. They can spin it, well, blah, blah, blah. The Bern bros were mean or whatever. But if he wins, he wins. So they're trying to stifle that. I don't trust the Democratic Party at all. This just feels like complete corruption and fix. Sparky. Tulsi and I warn about election fraud. No one listens. Yeah, everyone's listening. We all know there's election fraud. Everyone's talking about it. So this needs to really, and this is where actually, hopefully Fox News will really get to because they love crucifying the Democratic Party. I'm all for it. The Democratic Party sucks. So do the Republicans. But yeah, this is bullshit. Anyone in Iowa that has any evidence of any cheating or anything like that, come forward with it for sure. For sure. Denise Gazzardo, thank you for shaving your knuckles and supporting the show, Denise. CNN, right on. Wooden Mines, boom. Convo Couch just reported a coin toss between Sanders and Buttigieg. People left after being told they could and then gave the delegate to Pete. 101 people for Sanders versus 66 people for Pete. Yeah, I think Convo Couch... I think they're there. Dutyist Priest, love the screen name, shaving knuckles for justice. I saw a piece of toast in a cage at the zoo this weekend. I wonder if it was bred in captivity. Ha 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 ha. Nice joke. Nice joke. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, folks. There's no answers from anybody. They only have 35% of the precincts voting. I'll listen to these CBS folks.
Because they were doing vulnerability assessments. When you're doing something this dramatic on such a big night with so many people, eyeballs, and everybody watching, it's never really been tested in terms of capacity tests like this. There's a lot of alarms that go off for people that do this every day. And they've never disclosed who the developer of this was, so they were not hacked. But again, it lays the breadcrumbs that Brad's talking about in there, and that they couldn't efficiently do it well. All right, I want to bring into this conversation CBS political correspondent Ed O'Keefe. He is at Senator Sanders' campaign headquarters. But Ed, I actually want to ask you about this letter, unless you've got some new reporting that you want to tell us about. This letter that we just talked about. Okay, so Ed's having trouble hearing us. We're going to try and get our connection to him.
They're saying the Hill is reporting in one caucus, 200 people showed up, 130 were for Bernie.
About this statement from Brett Pascal, Antoine, as a Democrat, is this essentially something that you couldn't possibly have envisioned? Or were you hearing that there was a general level of confidence in the way that this was going to unfold?
Yeah, Trump releases a statement.
Getting out that maybe it was going to be a late night, but there wasn't going to be a question.
Yeah, and it's Trump just saying, of course they're going to doubt the fairness.
I'm a fundamental believer in intent. I believe the intent of this process was to make it more fair, more transparent, and to make a broad coalition within this party happen. I think there was an honest attempt to do that tonight. No one can anticipate when these things. Yeah,
they didn't test this technology. That's what they're saying. Trump released a statement saying that the DNC is a train wreck and elections aren't fair. That actually helped Bernie, in my opinion, because what got Trump elected was that he was an outsider. He was a populist. He ran xenophobia and racism as his populism, which I don't agree with at all. But I understand his populist approach. Now, we know he's not a real populist. He's kept the war machine going. He's tax breaks to billionaires. But why this actually benefits Bernie, and here's why. We don't know the results yet. We don't know what's going to happen. But if they try to give this to somebody else, then Bernie can really, and hopefully he'll just finally run as like, I'm the outsider, they're trying to cheat me. And then if Bernie does get the nomination, then he can actually, because people go, your party's, a bunch of cheaters and liars. And Bernie goes, yeah, I know. I still made it. That's how popular I am. So I want to listen to this CBS guy.
Yeah, let's unpack a few things here, Lane. First of all, our Major Garrett is reporting, lest there be any concerns, the senior administration official tells him there are no signs, at least at the federal level, that there was some kind of cyber attack or hacking.
Yeah, there's no signs of a cyber attack or hacking. That's what this guy's wording.
The Democratic Party is saying this was human error, or at least some issue with
human error.
With getting all the results and being able to report them. As our colleague Nicole Killian has heard from a DNC official, this is the price of transparency, expediency. So they're saying this is the price of transparency is expediency. Clearly, there is a possibility that this now could take a few days. Be that as it may, the campaigns are out of here. They are on their way. The only person we know that is staying and already had plans to stay the night is Bernie Sanders. Nina Turner, one of his top advisors, after he left the stage, came back to say, if there's a count tonight, if we win it, he'll come back out here and address you again.
Oh.
But that is not expected. At least
okay, here's what the CBS guy just said. That all the campaigns are leaving tonight except Bernie. Nina Turner just came out and said, if we win, Bernie will address you guys later tonight. So, but he just said they might not know for a couple of days. Jesus.
Quote, the app that was intended to relay Caucus results to the party failed.
The app failed.
Backup telephonic reporting system likewise has failed. Now we understand that Caucus chairs are attempting to, and in many cases failing, to report results telephonically to the party.
The phone system failed.
Failures are occurring statewide. Our own Musinique Badar and Adam Brewster have been in touch with some county precincts as well. They confirmed that there have been significant reporting issues tonight. Elaine, there's no other way to put this. This is a disaster. This is exactly what they feared.
This guy called it. He goes, there's no other way to put this. It's a disaster.
3 hours tonight, there was no data. There was virtually no information coming from
For 3 hours.
other than their own interpretations of the vote.
We don't even know if this is accurate. This New York Times thing.
Suddenly, about an hour ago, the logjam broke as word came that the Iowa Democratic Party had briefed the campaigns on these delays. They all started rushing out, one after the other, stepping on each other's speeches, where they all basically said, stay tuned, we won and we're moving on. That is not what they wanted here tonight. And not only is the Iowa Democratic Party going to have something to explain here, but so is the DNC.
Yeah.
Because to start this process that is allegedly created.
He said it's a complete failure. The Iowa DNC has to explain itself. The national DNC has to explain itself. This is a disaster. Yeah.
So that's going to be my question. I know it's very loud where you are.
It's unbelievable.
Is it clear how this is going to affect the trajectory?
This is insane.
Of the Democratic race at this point?
How fucking stupid is the Democratic Party? How dumb does this party have to be? Or how deliberate was this? How deliberate was this screw up? The phones went down. The app didn't work. Oh, come on. This is how you start your primary? This stupid party, this dumb party. Bernie Sanders' campaign needs to start distinguishing himself as the outsider, which is what he is. This party is a failure. That's how Trump got elected. Remember, Trump kept knocking people off, Bush, Ted Cruz, all these. No, Trump's never going to get the nomination. He's never going to get the nomination. That's what he did. And he knocked him off because he was the outsider. Again, he's not. But
all indications were he was not going to do well tonight. Well, now he can cast doubt on the results and say, well, whatever, you won the caucus. Everything was so terribly organized here. I won a primary in Hampshire or South Carolina or on Super Tuesday, whatever it is. Perhaps this generates more interest and concern across the country, but all it really will do is cast doubt on the entire process. The fact that there are still so many candidates at this thing, so many staffers working for rival campaigns.
This casts so much doubt on the whole process. That's what this guy in CBS is saying. The corporate media is saying this. Unbelievable.
Headquarters. I'm sorry, Edson was talking in my ear. Can you just talk, if we can steal your time for just a little bit longer, you let us know if you have to go. But what is clearly we can hear the mood, we can see the people cheering behind you, but as this is unfolded, it seems as though the enthusiasm level has just sort of grown there over the course of the night.
Yeah,
checked in with
the Bernie campaign is.
Yeah, that a few hundred Sanders supporters remain here in the room, whether they realize or not. The results may not come.
It does help Bernie.
Is unclear. They're hearing right now from.
This has the stench of Hillary all over it.
Wisconsin, whose name I'm forgetting. Who's that on stage? Mark Pocan, that's right, from Wisconsin, chairman of the Progressive Caucus.
Yeah, I'd love to see what Tulsi has to say about this.
Authority to decide House leadership. Pocan, I was confusing him with somebody else. There's 435 of them after all. He has been a prominent supporter of Sanders, expected to help him significantly in the Badger state of Wisconsin as the contest proceeds in that direction. What the Sanders campaign is basically doing at this point is bringing out all of the various surrogates that they had here at their disposal to keep the crowd going in the event that for some reason in the next few hours there are results. They have not told this room that it may or may not come, in part because we haven't necessarily gotten word.
So what the Sanders campaign is doing, they're just bringing out more surrogates and more surrogates and more surrogates to keep the crowd going in case they get an answer in the next couple hours. Then Bernie can come out and give a speech. Bernie's staying in Iowa, which I think is smart. Wow. All right. Well, this could literally take days. We might get an answer in a couple hours. The Biden campaign has sent a letter to the DNC saying they want an explanation of the app failure prior to the release of the results. Yeah, absolutely. It is a complete shit show. This is to steal Bernie's win from him, steal the PR, steal the speech. Absolutely. Yeah, he's got to give a speech at 2 a.m. or something like that. That's absolutely what this is about. All right, so I don't know. I'm gonna check out here. I've been standing for 2 hours now. So if any results happen before I go to bed, I'll go to bed in probably 2 hours. I'll go live. Otherwise, I'll probably go live tomorrow. I don't know. This Democratic Party is so stupid. Jim Garrison. I don't trust mainstream media, the DNC, or corpse. Go figure. Yeah, Jim, come on. Why don't you trust the system? Yeah, I don't know. This is DNC tampering. This reeks of corruption. This doesn't mean this bungled. Oh, we didn't know. A couple of college interns made the app. This reeks of deliberate scams to me. That's what it says to me. That's what I think. Elias, thank you so much. Remember when in 2017 when the court said the DNC was a private corporation? Yeah. But by their own charter, their own charter said they have to do fair elections. So they actually went against their own charter. Denise, but the DNC is going to say we can cheat. We don't trust them at all. Denise Gazzardo, no, I saw Bernie's entire speech on CNN. Oh, okay. You saw his entire speech on CNN. All right, Denise. Well, that's good to know that CNN played all of Bernie's speech. This CBS app showed the end of it. That's good to know. The Ape Show, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice, Jim Garrison. Thank you so much. All right, folks. This is insane. DNC gets paid to lose and play dumb. 8 years of Trump's I don't know. We have no idea what's going to happen. Bernie could win this. They could announce it in the next couple of days. They could announce it right before the debate on Friday. But if this was some tactic to take away Bernie's thunder, it's going to backfire because now all anyone is going to talk about is how bumbled and stupid and a disaster and corrupt the DNC is, which only favors Bernie. He has to really start distancing himself from the Democratic Party and really paint himself as an outsider. And that's what he needs to do. I can't wait to hear what Tulsi has to say too. So I'll go live a little later tonight if the answers come in, or I will, I'll go live tomorrow. I don't know. It might happen in the middle of the night when we're all sleeping.
You are right now.
So yeah, they're just bumping around to different reporters. All right, everybody, thank you so much for supporting the show. 673 likes. That's awesome. We peaked at over 600 people watching. This is rad. I will go live following the debates on Friday if they happen, and I will do this again after the New Hampshire primary, provided a snowstorm doesn't take away all the ballots before the Democratic primary. Your guess is as good as mine, folks. This is the dumb Democratic Party. This is how stupid and corrupt they are. Oh boy. Thanks for watching. Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. You're all out there making Gotham great again. Those of you who were telling us what was going on in Iowa, if anybody is in Iowa and gets any real information, let us know. And by us, I mean me. I'm the only guy here. My whole team here at the PV headquarters. So election night, signing off. Thank you all. It was cool. We're going to do this throughout the whole primary. I like doing this. And when I can get access to that studio, I'll do it again with Ron and stuff like that. So we're going to, I'm going to cover every one of these. Thank you for watching, everybody. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. Shakalak. Boom.